You are looking live at Truist Stadium here in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Happy 4th of July, Independence Day, everyone. It's High Point-Thomasville Locos and the Carolina Disco Turkeys this afternoon. Graham, as we get into the game day gobble here on Independence Day, what are you looking for after what was probably the most exciting, exhilarating win yesterday afternoon here?
Oh, man, it's really close between that game and the first win in the history of the team, at least at Truist Stadium at the beginning of the first homestand against the Ponies. That went into extras, and I really thought that the one yesterday was going to as well, but yesterday's game had absolutely everything. It had the long ball. It had, mishaps in the field. It had ejections. It had big shots at big times from Carolina, and it was a really great all-around game on a great day here at the ballpark, followed by some musical acts and fireworks. But ultimately, Carolina coming out on top over the Greensboro Monarchs. First time they've beaten the Monarchs in that series all-time. They are now 1-2 against Greensboro all-time. Hayden Setzer with a big 2 RBI triple in the 8th inning, and it was eventually the difference as Carolina ended up winning by just 2 runs. So a big spot for Setzer in his first game back from injury, but it was a great game yesterday, and there are a lot of things that can be used to build off of going into today, Carolina lineup-wise.
Absolutely, and your player to watch was one of great intrigue and interest yesterday and involved in one of the more dramatic moments of the year.
Oh, absolutely. Kix Farrell has got to be my player to watch today. He had a phenomenal game all around yesterday in the field, at the plate. Yesterday he went 2 for 4, but he also walked. He had 2 singles, a 2 RBI single in the 4th inning, and a stolen base and a run scored. So he had a pretty good day. I apologize. He was 1 for 3, I should say, but he was hit by a pitch twice, and that was what ended up being a really big point. One of them was an RBI hit by pitch. First pitch, the starter for the Monarchs, Patty McGonigal, going after Kix Farrell 2 consecutive times to the plate, ended up getting tossed, and the second time he hit him, it brought in a run as the bases were loaded. So Kix Farrell was a very, very important player yesterday, and he's been phenomenal in the defensive end of the field all year long. At the plate, he's really coming into his own, riding a great hitting streak right now. It's up to 4 games, and as we get into today, he's my player to watch.
Absolutely right, and a guy that really likes to get this machine rolling. What are your keys to the game here before we give our Foothills starting lineups?
Well, the first thing that Carolina did yesterday that helped them come out with a win is they had a solid starting pitching performance, and that's going to be key today from Colin Kennedy, a little spoiler alert, who gets the nod on the mound today for Carolina. Yesterday, Chase Jesse earning the win.
What a start from him.
Yeah, what a start is right. 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, 10 strikeouts on only 85 pitches. So a very good day at the office for number 9 for Carolina. And Colin Kennedy, he'll be a world beater if he can do anything close to that performance today.
Absolutely.
The second key, sorry, not to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I got one more. The second key is one more thing that Carolina did for the first time in a while yesterday. They strung together hits in key spots. They got timely hitting. Situational hitting was something that Carolina did very well yesterday. Hayden Setzer, most importantly, with that big triple in the 8th inning to bring in 2 runs, and that was ultimately the difference, as we've said. And timely hitting is another key for Carolina tonight, and probably the biggest one.
The Stars and Stripes are out in full force in the crowd here today. Let's get into the Foothills starting lineups presented by Foothills Brewing. Try Foothills great craft beer and coffee at any of their 3 Triad locations. Find out more at foothillsbrewing.com. First for the visiting High Point-Thomasville Locos, coached by Noah Anderson. Shamar Dalton will lead things off playing right field. Jose Vargas, the shortstop, hits in the 2-hole. Nick Tiller, the DH, hits third. Drake Carrick, the left fielder, hits in the cleanup spot. Big Luke Pritchett, the first baseman, hits 5th. Nick Halo playing second base, wearing number 4, hits in the 6th spot. Carlos Azuquita, the third baseman, hits in the 7-hole. Ethan Martin, the catcher, hits 8th. Willie Stevens, the center fielder, will hit 9th. And we don't, there we go. Colby Ray will start on the mound for the Locos this afternoon. For the homestanding Carolina Disco Turkeys, Dion Tubbs, who else, leads off in center field. Kicks Farrell, the shortstop, hits second, your player to watch. Logan Conklin back behind the plate today, hits third. Hayden Setzer, second consecutive game back after that 2-run triple yesterday. That was ultimately the nail in the coffin. Hits cleanup playing first base. Henry Kohler back in the lineup, but interestingly enough, at second base today, hitting fifth. D. Hawthorne playing right field, hits sixth. Nick Macedon at third base, hits seventh. Dane Stewart, the DH, hits in the 8-hole. And Jalen Davis back in the start. Jeffrey Davis, back in the lineup, starting in left field, hitting ninth. And as you said, Colin Kennedy on the mound for Kurt Cabana's Carolina Disco Turkeys. That's going to do it for the Game Day Gobble here this afternoon on the 4th of July. First pitch coming up shortly here on Disco Turkey U2. Welcome back to Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem here on Independence Day in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. WXII 12's Jackie Pascal getting set to throw out the first pitch here in the 3-3-6. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. And on this 4th of July, Graham, it's going to be something to build off of from yesterday for Carolina.
Yeah, it should be a good one. A big win yesterday for Carolina. First time they got back in the win column in a while.
We know Jackie's got it in her to throw a strike. Didn't mean to cut you off, Graham.
Okay.
Here's the windup. Or so we thought. And the pitch. Well, we'll count that as a strike in the scorebook.
Nice barehand from Conklin there. But for Carolina, it was a big win yesterday. Season-long losing streak at that point. It had gotten up to 6 games before last night, so good for Carolina to snap it, and that man right there is a big part of it.
Yep, that's absolutely right, and we got to talk to some of the guys at the as part of that Dash City Independence Day celebration who stuck around for the music and the fireworks last night, and you could tell whether it was walking around the ballpark last night or on our way out, running into some of the guys, that the vibe was different after yesterday. That really changed the mojo.
Yeah, and Hayden Setzer, who you see right here, was another really big part of that. He's a big bat and a big arm as well. We haven't seen him on the mound since he returned from injury, but might see him today.
Well, with pitching a bit on the low side in terms of depth this afternoon, I would expect to see the big lefty Hayden Setzer on the mound at some point.
Right, but he just provides a spark. That's exactly how Kurt Cabana described it, and that's exactly what he did. He provided a spark for the Disco Turkeys that was much needed, and it ended up paying off.
Absolutely. Had that big 2-run triple in the 8th inning to finally put a nail in the coffin. Yesterday, though, it was a comedy of errors late on in that game that made it closer than I think it probably should have been. But you said it in the keys to the game. Keep the beat rolling in terms of situational hitting and pounding the strike zone. Colin Kennedy looking to also build upon what was a tremendous start from Chase Jesse yesterday. 10 strikeouts and 6 full shutout innings.
And as we talk about the Locos, there's a lot of differences in this lineup from the last time these two teams played. For example, Shamar Dalton was not in the lineup. Jose Vargas was batting all the way down in the bottom half of the order. And some new faces for this team. The Locos shaking it up a little bit, and Carolina looks to keep things rolling.
Both teams with fairly short benches this afternoon, so that might have a little something to do with it. But in steps Shamar Dalton. He swings at the first pitch at 2:07 here in Winston-Salem and fouls it to the left side for strike 1. And we're underway on Independence Day.
And Dalton's a speedster. That's why he's in the leadoff spot.
Another one fouled off to the left side. 2 straight fastballs fouled off to about the same spot over on top of the grass hill down the left field line. So quickly 0-2. Colin Kennedy working quickly. The high leg kick and the pitch. A breaky ball misses outside. 1-2.
Kennedy got his first at-bat on Friday against the Bigfoots.
Another one fouled off to the left side, and Dalton will stay alive. Kennedy's last start with Carolina came a week ago yesterday here against the Boone Bigfoots, and he was stellar in his debut there, the LaSalle Explorer product.
Yep, 5 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 5 Ks.
1-2. On the ground, up the middle. Kicks Farrell. Will charge, make the throw to first, and 1 down for Kennedy in Carolina.
That's a great play from Kicks to snag that one up the middle, and a good stretch from Setzer as well. Pretty good play all around to start things off for the Carolina infield.
Good to get the ball rolling defensively there. And, you know, as a defender in the field, you'll hear guys say this a lot. They like guys, pitchers that put the ball in play because it keeps them on their toes more.
Oh, for sure.
And especially when you get something like that early in the game, it kind of gets everybody a little bit more on their toes. In steps Jose Vargas now, the shortstop, and he'll foul that one back for strike 1. Vargas, the Catawba Valley Community College product. The 0-1 over the outside corner, strike two. Good stuff there from Kennedy on the fastball.
Really good stuff from Kennedy.
Heading the count 0-2, working quickly. The Dontrell Willis-esque leg kick. And the 0-2 fouled off, and Vargas will stay alive for another.
Second consecutive count that's gotten worked to 0-2. Kennedy's working pretty hard early on. And that's something you like to see. Success early in the game from your starter.
Another 0-2 coming. In the air to left. Should be playable, though, out there for Davis. He'll settle under it and make the play for out number two.
And that one looked like it got maybe a little bit farther than it did off the bat.
It looked like it carried a little bit more than it appeared it was going to off the bat, as you said. And now in steps the DH, Nick Tiller, the Guilford Tech product.
Teammate of Jeff Davis.
Takes on the inside corner, strike one. Really good spot for that pitch, too.
Conklin's behind the plate again for the first time in a while. Ezel had started the previous two games at the catcher position for Carolina. Not in the lineup today. Not dressed either.
And that one in there as well, quickly 0-2.
Yeah, check swing from Tiller, just couldn't hold back on it.
Off balance early. Here comes the 0-2 from Kennedy. Strike three called outside corner. He knew it. Good 12th pitch, scoreless first inning for Colin Kennedy, and Carolina comes to bat, looking for another strong first inning as they had yesterday after this. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, Dion Tubbs leads it off for the Carolina Disco Turkeys here on Independence Day.
Look for a first pitch swing.
There you go. Swing on the first pitch from Colby Roy is fouled back for strike number one.
Tubbs is starting going after the first pitch almost every single time he steps into the box, and it's paid off for him. He was riding that 7-game hitting streak until yesterday.
Tubbs lines that into left field, and that will hang up just long enough to be caught by the left fielder, Drake Carrick, for out number one.
Wow, I really thought that one was going to fall. It looked like it was farther in the gap that it ended up
Yeah,
being.
it looked like it was going to tail right towards the gap, but instead tailed kind of the opposite direction.
So it'll bring in the player to watch today. Kicks Farrell, already made one nice play in the infield. And we'll see if he can do something nice at the plate here for Carolina wearing the Sunday Blues.
Sunday Blues, indeed they are. The first pitch to him from Roy. The big right-hander misses down and away, ball one. Roy, the Roanoke College product. The big, long, lanky right-handers, 1-0 inside, 2-0. Outside, 3-0 to Kicks Farrell.
That's a good pitch, though. Very good spot, 2-0 count.
One down here in the first and a 3-0 count to Kicks Farrell. What do you think, green light? Nope, it hit him. Well, he's making a living on the base pass in that regard.
And that one, obviously less intentional than the ones last night, but
less so in the fact that it wasn't completely.
Next up, the catcher, number 6, Logan.
So a one-out base runner for Carolina is Kicks Farrell. That might have hurt the baseball more than it hurt Kicks Farrell.
he's got some tough skin after this weekend.
Need to check the baseball for a concussion after that. Logan Conklin steps in with a one-out base runner and takes the first pitch right down the pipe for strike one.
Yeah, that's one you can't look at. You got to be able to get ready to swing at that one. Middle. Oftentimes, the only time you're going to get it is the first pitch, if you do see it at all.
Ambush tactics. We talk about it a lot. You got to be ready for it. From the stretch, Roy. There goes Farrell towards second. Pitch misses outside. Unable to get a good grip on that was Ethan Martin, and Farrell is in standing at second base.
It's a good job from Farrell on the year. That is his 6th stolen base now. He had 2 earlier in this weekend.
One to Conklin. In there, strike two.
That's the second time he's grooved him one right down the middle, and he's just looked at it. It's almost like he's asking for Conklin to put it over the left field wall.
Well, if he knows he's going to take it, I can't blame him, but in Conklin's case, you got to be ready to go after that. 1-2. Breaking ball, misses just inside, count even 2-2.
Very good front door breaking ball. Very, very good stuff from Roy.
Late movement on it, too. That was a late breaking curveball. Setzer on deck. The 2-2 to the catcher, Conklin. Swung on, lined up the middle. That's a base hit. Kicks Farrell will get the wave around third. The throw in will be cut off, and Carolina's on the board early. 1-0 on the RBI single from Logan Conklin.
That's a great piece of hitting. He said, you fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. But you're not going to fool me 3 times.
Nope. He took that fastball right down the gullet for strikes 1 and 2. He got it one more time, and he did not miss it. Right back through the box. And now in steps Hayden Setzer.
Second consecutive game that Carolina has jumped on the board in the first inning. And with only 1 out, and Setzer at the plate, chance to do some more damage here.
That's important for a team that's had an issue playing from behind a lot so far this year, and that's in there, strike 1 to Setzer with his trademark 1 batting glove. There you see it. Fresh new cleats for him as well in his return. The 0-1. Outside, count even 1-1. Setzer, the Caldwell Community College product.
Teammate of Scout Nichols.
Madison Bumgardner territory. 1-1. Outside, 2-1.
And you saw Setzer when he was in the on-deck circle. Cabana was giving him some pointers. He was going through, the timing on his swing. Because Setzer looked a little late on some fastballs last night.
And he turned around a breaking ball for that triple And he takes that one right over the outside black to even the count at 2-2. He gets one on the inner half, though. He's going to let it fly. Two-two. In the dirt. Full count.
Good job behind the dish by Martin to keep that one from getting away. Otherwise, Conklin's in scoring position with one out.
And Conklin's pretty fleet of foot for a backstop.
These two teams have played each other quite a bit so far this year, so they know a lot about each other. This is the fourth meeting between the two.
3-2. Down and in, ball four. A 2-on, 1 out now, and Henry Kohler will come to the dish.
Kohler had some big RBIs earlier in this weekend. He's been swinging the bat well. Chance for him to keep it going here. Runner in scoring position and another on first, just one out.
He's playing second base today as the Davidson College Wildcat product. First time he started there this season. First pitch to him is a breaking ball on the outer half for strike one. D. Hawthorne stands on deck.
This will be pitch number 20 for Roy.
0-1. Big swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Good crowd still filing in here to Truist Stadium on the 4th of July holiday.
Kohler, the most RBIs he's had in a single game so far this season was against these Locos. It was last Wednesday, first game to kick off that 5-game homestand. He's got 8 on the year.
0-2. Slash the other way, foul, but not by much. Good approach. Trying to shoot that thing down the line. He loves to go the other way, especially with 2 strikes.
And the right fielder, Dalton, is playing very, very deep out there in right, almost on the warning track.
Respecting the power of the A10 product. On the ground, up the middle, this could be 2. Bobbled at second, but a step on the bag for 1, and a quick throw on to first, and a double play, and we'll get the Locos out of the inning. But Carolina pushes across 1 and works the pitch count up above 20 for Colby Roy. They lead it, heading to the second on the 4th of July. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Colin Kennedy back on the mound to begin the second inning, and he'll face 4-5-6 for the High Point-Thomasville Locos, and Drake Carrick, the left fielder, will start it off and take it in the opposite batter's box for ball one. Kennedy working quickly again, and that one's hit foul to the right side. Count even now, 1-1.
Kennedy looks really good against the Bigfoots earlier when he made that start. And he's back to those ways with the scoreless first.
Carrick, the Greensboro College outfielder, takes a 1-1 outside, 2-1. Two-one, swing and a miss, and a big one at that. 2-2. Kennedy came right after him that time.
Blew it by him.
2-2. Breaking ball hit on the ground to short. Farrell charges, fields cleanly, throws on to first for out number one. Good stuff again there at short from 27 in blue.
Yeah, what else do you expect at this point? There's a reason he was voted the midseason defensive player of the year. He's an absolute stud out there no matter where you put him on that left side of the infield. Third base or shortstop, he is more than proficient.
Here's the big first baseman, number 24, Luke Pritchett, the Barton College product. First pitch to him from Colin Kennedy, misses low, ball one. Big swing and a miss by Pritchett at the fastball. He didn't get it. It's 1-1.
And Pritchett came in relief in the contest between these two teams on Tuesday.
Hanging breaking ball, but he got under it. Fortunately for Kennedy, it's in the medium depth center field where Dion Tubbs will handle it easily for the second out.
So the second inning starts the same way the first did, with a ground out to short and a fly out to the outfield. So quickly 5 up, 5 down, produced by Colin Kennedy.
Then now Nick Halo will step in, the Catawba College product, wearing number 4 this afternoon for High Point-Thomasville. First pitch swing and fouls it above the first base dugout for strike one.
And Kennedy's getting ahead in the count here. That's what I like to see the most from him.
And working quickly at that.
Only 21 pitches so far for Kennedy. That's what you like to see.
0-1 up the middle. Going to be a tough play. Farrell on the run. Made that look a lot easier than it is. Kicks Farrell doing what he does best, playing defense at the 6th spot. 1, 2, 3 go the Locos in the second. Carolina looks to pad the lead when we come back. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck here on Independence Day. And D. Hawthorne steps in to get things started. 6, 7, and 8 due up for Carolina here in the bottom half of the second inning. First pitch from Colby Roy misses outside, ball 1. See if we can get a complete offensive day here from Mr. Hawthorne. 1-0. Hard hit to the right side, but well foul out of play. Count even 1-1. The Carolina University outfielder
and pitcher,
who has also made some appearances on the mound, as you said, takes that one up and in. Roy buzzed the tower. It's 2-1.
D thrives when he's ahead in the count.
See if he can get one to drive here. Instead, it's a breaking ball that's perfectly placed on the inside corner to even the count at 2-2. Big number 20 looking for something to drive here, even count. Big swing and a miss that time, and he's down for out number 1. So Nick Macadon steps in now, who has got 2 triples on the homestand.
And he's been stranded on third both times.
Let's see if he can come around to score. If he gets another one here. He has come around to score a couple times this weekend. Takes
just not on those.
Just high, ball 1. That did not miss by much. Good pitch from Colby Roy.
Macadon on the year, batting .200. This is his 11th start in the field. 7 hits, 5 runs, 6 RBIs.
1-0. Inside, 2-0. Macadon was voted Pitcher of the Year in our midseason awards. And deservedly so, I would say. But he's also been swinging a good bat this year as well. He takes ball 3, as that didn't miss by much.
And this is the second 3-0 count that Roy has worked himself into already, just through 1 1/3.
Up to 30 pitches already, as you said, through just 1 1/3. And Macadon with the American flag bat tape takes the 3-0 right down the middle, strike 1.
I don't know where he thought he was going on that one.
Yeah, that was right down the pipe. 3-1 count to Macadon, and Roy still working out of the stretch. Lines that one into right. That's going to drop in. Base hit. So the Trinity Baptist College product, Nick Macadon, is aboard with a base hit with 1 down, and that'll bring up the Demon Deacon DH, Dane Stewart.
That's good stuff for Macadon. You don't ever want to let your average drop below 200, and that's right where Macadon was, and that one puts him over the mark. Good stuff.
Dane Stewart steps in for the Disco Turkeys. He is hitting below 200 at the moment, 186. A couple more strikeouts yesterday.
Does have 8 hits on the year, though, 4 of them doubles.
4 RBIs as well. Takes up an in-ball 1. And when he makes contact, and we've talked about this,
it is solid.
More than a couple times, it's loud noises. Really good crowd here on a holiday Sunday. Happy Independence Day to all of you watching at home. 1-0. Big swing and a miss, 1-1.
It looks like he's swinging through water on that one. It just looked like his bat had slowed down once he got around to the point where you want to be making contact just a bit out in front of the plate.
Well, you know he's got a quick bat. I mean, that's not the question.
That's why it's uncharacteristic of him for that swing to look a little slow.
Nick Macadon broke, and that's a balk anyways.
Good stuff for Macadon to recognize that on the mound.
Colby Roy had already made a motion towards the plate when it was alerted to him by his infield that Macadon had taken off. And by the time he'd started his motion and stepped off, it's a balk, so no play could be made. Macadon awarded second.
So now, already, second consecutive inning, 1 out, runner in scoring position.
Here's the 1-1 to Dane Stewart.
Ooh, what a
Big
pitch.
breaking ball. That thing fell off the table right at the knees, 1-2. Broke a good 5-6 inches right there.
Probably more. That was a very nice breaking ball.
Check on Macedon at second, the 1-2. Swinging a ground ball to the left side, foul. Head coach Kirk Cabana unable to make the play. And Stewart will stay alive. Yeah, Kirk made some really good plays over there in the third base coach's box yesterday.
Oh, yeah, fielded some on the bare hand.
Boogie, however, on the opposite coach's box was not so fortunate. He made 3 errors.
No, he just made 1, but 0 for 3 in the inning was Carolina.
Yes, that's what I was getting at. Good save. 1-2 in the dirt, count even now.
To be fair, the one ball that was hit to him was
Right at
a
him,
pretty hot shot, too.
but also
Velo.
right at him.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't have a glove over there.
He's a
You're telling me
He's
you're
a
gonna
peacock.
You telling me
They
you're
can
gonna?
flap the wing out there and trap it.
I'll shoot a 95-mile-an-hour exit velo ground ball at you, Brett. See what you do without a glove.
I don't have feathers to trap it with. 2-2. Good 2-strike swing right there to just get a nick on it and stay alive. Stewart looking for RBI number 5 on the year. He's got a couple already on this homestand. And he'll choke up here even in the count with 2 strikes. Here comes the 2-2. Outside, and Dane Stewart has worked the count full.
This is some of the most disciplined plate appearance that we've seen from Stewart, specifically right now, but all weekend long. He has been very disciplined, which is a nice change of pace for Stewart at the plate.
It's a good sight to see, and might get some more shots in the lineup.
He's a great outfield. That's why he's in there, first and foremost. DHing today after the good couple of days.
3-2 in the air to right, but that's going to get out of play, and Stewart will see another.
It's like we said, when he makes contact, it is loud, and it goes a long ways. Just couldn't keep that one fair.
Up to 40 pitches now is Colby Roy.
This will be pitch number 9 of the at-bat.
Hanging breaking ball, and he got under it, popped up on the infield. Halo will settle under it and make the catch for out number 2.
I'll tell you what, though, last week, Dane Stewart is striking out on that pitch. You see a
Yep.
lot of improvement in his mentality at the plate and the way he approaches things. He's only up and up.
So now a 2-out RBI chance for Jeffrey Davis, who's hitting a .194 on the year, but does have 7 hits, 4 of them for extra bases.
Got 3 doubles and a triple on the year.
The triple came here on the inaugural homestand. Out into that big gap in right center. The Guilford Tech product and an alum of Reagan High School here in Winston-Salem takes down an in-ball 1.
And he is the 9 spot, so Dion Tubbs on deck.
I like that. You have a good bat in the 9-hole like that can flip the lineup card over and keep the line
I
moving.
love it.
1-0 down and in, ball 2.
No bad bats in the lineup for Carolina today.
Or yesterday even. The past 2 days we've seen, I would say, some of the better lineups
I think that's
consistently
fair to
offensively speaking.
say. Anytime you add Hayden Setzer to the lineup, just gives you a boost that is, it's hard to put a quantity on it. It's just untouchable is the way to put it.
2-0 is low, and Davis ahead in the count big time now, 3-0 with 2 outs. I'm not saying green light, but I've been wrong on that.
You got to get on base any way you can.
3-0 to Davis. Green light, and he hammers it out to deep left field. Back it goes, and it'll die on the warning track. Davis just a few feet from a 2-run homer, but that will end the inning. We head to the third. Carolina still leads 1-0. Looking for an opportunity to promote your local business? Contact us today to become a sponsor of the Carolina Disco Turkeys. Opportunities start at just $100 per season. To learn more, message sponsorships at discoturkeys.com. That's sponsorships at discoturkeys.com. First pitch from Colin Kennedy to begin the third inning to Carlos Amezquita is swung on and missed for strike one.
And Amezquita is a guy that's floated around in the batting order for the Locos a lot this season. We've seen him in the leadoff spot. We've seen him in the 3, 4, 5, and now we see him in the 7. So not a whole lot of consistency in terms of his spot in the order so far this year.
And now we see him behind in the count, 0-2. Kennedy's 0-2, up and in, ball one. Good spot, though. I like going up and in right there. Now you set up to go away.
And if you can get out of this inning without any damage done again, you're already up 1. The other team's demoralized.
That one ran a little bit further in and got him. And Kennedy none too pleased with himself on that one. And that did not get Amezquita in too friendly a spot either.
Right on the tricep. It's a very, very tough spot to get plunked, and it's a heater that Kennedy put on him too. Kennedy's one of the higher velocity guys on this roster. That fastball probably runs in low 90s.
It probably tops out at 93, I would say.
Somewhere around that, give or take 2 or 3. Because you could hear that from up here. You could hear the stitches to flesh.
First pitch now to Ethan Martin. The catcher is in there for strike one. So Amezquita on as the first base runner of the ball game. Martin, the North Carolina Wesleyan product. The backstop for the Locos today is a throw over to first, keeps Amezquita honest. The flesh to wood catcher, wearing number 15, off goes the runner. It's foul tipped and strike one, and Amezquita will have to retreat back to first.
You got a very good jump on Kennedy, so fortunately for Carolina, that tip was foul.
It was a hit and run as well. So.
Right, because if they put that ball in play, Amezquita's probably scoring from first if it's a base hit.
If it's a base hit, he might end up at third if it's a hard enough hit ground ball somewhere. But certainly the double play would be taken out at that point.
Basically at second by the time the ball got foul tipped.
Exactly. 0-2 now, throw back, not in time. Oh, that was close.
That was a perfectly placed pickoff move.
Well timed, too. Got off the rubber quickly. Did Colin Kennedy. The D1 product of LaSalle University out of the Atlantic 10. And that misses outside 1-2, but you could hear the velo on it. Kennedy, the conference foe, or mate, I guess you could call it, of Henry Kohler at second base today. Kohler of Davidson College, both schools out of the Atlantic 10 Conference. Good baseball conference. Another throw over, and this time a little bit less close than the last, but keeping the speedster honest.
But Mesquita's getting a pretty hefty lead over there at first base. Good idea from Kennedy to keep checking in on him. And Setzer's a sure-gloved first baseman, so you're not taking too much of a risk.
Setzer, Beber, and Musser, all three are really good defensive first basemen, and that's fought off at the plate, and Martin will stay alive to see another.
But even though Beber has come on at the plate more so recently than he did at the beginning of the year, Setzer is still the biggest bat of the three over there. And you talk about embarrassment of riches at the catcher position. First base is the same way because Dino Tharp over there, you got 4 serviceable first basemen.
Exactly. Forgot Dino can play a little bit at first base. Another quick throw over, and that'll just keep him honest once again.
And first base is Dino's primary position, truly speaking, but if Setzer's healthy, Dino's probably playing elsewhere in the infield.
1-2, hit well out to right center field. Tubbs has a read on it, and he'll settle under it to make the play for the first out.
It's a great play from Dion over there. That ball looked like it was hit very hard.
Solid contact out towards the gap, but that's the deepest part of the ballpark here at Truist Stadium, and if it gets hung up out there too long, it'll die out, and what that distance is becomes medium depth.
It's a big out, number 1, too.
Now the double play is in order with Willie Stevens, the center fielder, stepping in. And another throw back, and this one gets away. Amezquita going for second. D. Hawthorne can't get to it in enough time, and now Amezquita's at third with one out.
And that throw was in the dirt. It's probably one that could have been picked up by Setzer, and it looks like Amezquita.
Yeah, it looks like he slid in a little awkwardly right there.
But that's definitely going to go down as an error. Charge to Colin Kennedy for spiking that ball in the dirt. And good to see Amezquita back up to his feet.
And the spot Hawthorne was playing at is Amezquita will get a well-deserved round of applause from the Disco Turkey fans.
With a right-handed batter, you're probably shading to the left a little bit.
That's
Hawthorne's
where
right.
He was playing more almost right in front of that Wake Forest sign out in right field. Further than he's playing now, as that is in for strike one, and it's 0-2. Or 0-1, I believe, excuse me. To Willie Stevens, the Guilford Tech product, another teammate of Jeffrey Davis, and that's in there. That is strike two. Oh-2 from Colin Kennedy. Swing and a miss. Big time fastball, 2 down.
That's K number 2 on the day for Kennedy, and it comes at a big time because now a ground ball or a fly ball, no matter how you get it, there's no such thing as a sacrifice out here with 2 outs.
Back to the top of the order, though, and Shamar Dalton, the product of North Carolina A&T and teammate of the superstar catcher for the Greensboro Monarchs, Devin Bartley, takes ball 1. Not quite sure where that one missed.
Also teammate of fellow Loco Derek Martinez, who gave up the solo shot to Austin St. Laurent.
That is hammered out to deep right field, and that will go just foul, but more than home run distance right there.
Yeah,
all the way up onto the concourse.
And it's a bit of a short porch out there in right field, 322 to the foul pole, but to hit it up on the concourse, that is a big shot.
Because you've got the batting cages in between the two. That is smashed up the middle, a base hit. and the Locos will tie the ball game. Now it's mishandled in center by Tubbs, and Dalton's going to make it to second base.
Well, you had a chance to get out of this one, but Dalton just absolutely squared that one up. Nothing you can do about it. Kennedy's lucky he didn't get his head taken off.
He had to get out of the way, right back through the box and right back where it came from. So the single will allow him to reach on the RBI, and then the E8 to Tubbs will allow him to get to second and bring in Jose Vargas with 2 down. Vargas flares that one to the left side, but it'll get the netting for strike 1.
And Vargas flew out to left field his first time up. It was a good piece of contact, but Davis up for the challenge.
Vargas 0 for 1 in the ball game, flew out to left his first time up. Kennedy up to 38 pitches now, trying to get out of this inning with the game just tied after that 2-out hit from Dalton, who dances at second. Throw back is offline. Great job by Kohler to back that thing up.
Now, how do you do that? He caught it off the deflection from Farrell's glove.
That shows you just how hard Kennedy threw it, though. He threw a fastball back there.
And with Dalton's speed, that might be a run scored if it gets away from Kohler. It probably is a run scored.
As deep as Dion's playing in center field.
And Hawthorne as well and right.
In the air to left once again by Vargas. Davis will settle under it and make the play to retire the side. So High Point-Thomasville scratches a run across to tie the ball game. Carolina looks to get it back when we come back. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Dion Tubbs will lead things off for the Disco Turkeys, as the Locos pushed across a run in the top half to tie the ball game, and Carolina will look to get it back with the top of the order 2 up. First pitch to Tubbs is a breaking ball at the knees, strike 1.
And that just shows you how good of a breaking ball that was. Tubbs almost always swings at the first pitch, lays off on that one. Very good breaking stuff.
Yeah, completely buckled him right there. Here's the 0-1. Tubbs rips it down the first base line, but it's just foul, 0-2.
And the downside to going with the ambush tactic like Tubbs does is that it can get you behind an account pretty quickly, and we see it right here.
Kicks Farrell on deck. 0-2 to the McKendree College product speedster Dion Tubbs. Takes just outside. Good pitch, though, 1-2.
It's a very good pitch.
Dion looking to get on for the first time today. Could not extend his hitting streak yesterday, so he'll look to start a new one this afternoon. 1-2. Slash to the left side, but foul, and he'll stay alive.
And while he didn't get a hit, Tubbs was still productive. Scored 3 runs after drawing three bases on balls. And he had 3 stolen bases yesterday, just one short of his season high in a single game.
Shows you how much of a menace he is on the base pass. If 4 steals is a season high, and misses up and away, ball 2, count even.
And that game was against none other than these Locos. It was on June 1st.
Halfway to 100 pitches is Roy. Here's pitch number 51. And a hanging breaking ball that Tubbs was well out in front of, but able to make contact on to stay alive.
Well, you saw him sit back on it, and he was still out in front of that ball. Good job, though, to expect off speed in that 2-2 count after you go high and outside with the heater to miss for ball 2.
Well, that was textbook pitching on the mound, too, to go high and away with that fastball and then go breaking ball down. Set up perfectly for it. Dion able to sniff it out and make contact. That's lined up the middle, and that will drop into center field, a base hit. And Dion's aboard to lead off the third.
That's good stuff from Dion right there. That's what we're used to seeing.
First base coach Boogie will give him some pointers.
Next up, the shortstop, number 20.
Last night was the second time that Dion had scored 3 runs in a single game. The first of which, an extra inning classic in the Disco Turkey history books. That win against the Ponies, the first game at Truist Stadium for the Disco Turkeys.
Look out, he might be going right off the hop here. Yep, there he goes. Throw down is not in time. There's another for Dion.
17 on the year.
What was that?
I think he thought he got called out, which I couldn't tell you why. He was safe by
He
a
might
mile.
have come off the bag, and Halo held the tag on, and now Nick Anderson wants a little bit of an explanation.
Hey, Boogie, what are you going to do if the umpire makes a bad call?
Boogie has been tasked, I guess, with doing the arguing, per PA announcer Ken Winfrey.
So Dion on the year is 17 for 20 on stolen base attempts. That is insane numbers through 21, almost 22 games.
A check on it back there. The 1-0 to kicks Farrell is a bunt attempt that's pulled back. Dion breaks for third, and that time they didn't get him. Still, he somehow got underneath the tag, and Nick Anderson is not happy.
Wow. No words. No words for that.
Unbelievable stuff.
And he talked about manufacturing runs yesterday. That's how you do it. 2 stolen bases in a row for Dion.
That's manufacturing a run to a T right there, if you can get it done. Pitch number 55 is upcoming from Roy to kicks Farrell, with now Dion to third and nobody out.
And this is a big inning for Carolina. You could potentially knock out the starter in the third if you can keep this going.
No action in the High Point-Thomasville bullpen yet. But that might not last much longer. 2-0. Up and in, 3-0.
And Kicks got walked on 4 pitches. Well, I should say it would have been a 4-pitch walk, but the 4th pitch ran in and hit him. So
Either way, it was ball 4.
Kicks is yet to see a strike.
Today.
How are you going to do that to my player to watch?
He's getting on base. 3-0. There's a strike, 3-1. You had to say it, didn't you?
Hey, I'm just trying to get Kicks something to hit. I'm looking out for my boy.
Now, that I'm not upset with. Met Kicks and his grandmother last night on the way out.
He's a great guy.
Great guy, got a great family, too. Big hack at that one, and it's 3-2.
Yeah, and Kicks is behind on that one, up and in. You got to get around in front of it. You got to make that contact point a little farther out in front and a little bit closer to the inside than you normally would. Just not able to adjust to it. It's almost impossible to square that ball up unless you're expecting up and in.
Farrell hitting a whopping 343 on the year. Full count now. Takes up and in. Did he hold up? It looks like he did. Ball 4. So it's runners at the corners now with still nobody out. good discipline to lay off that flinching fastball up and in, as he'll hand the batting gloves to Boogie at first base. And Logan Conklin steps in, responsible for driving in the lone run of the ball game for Carolina thus far. And Kix Farrell will take a pretty hefty lead off first base. And Conklin takes outside, and then the dirt ball 1.
And you talk about Farrell. He has gotten on base 8 of the last 11 times he's come up to the dish. That is fantastic.
He's also 7 for 8 on stolen base attempts thus far this year. There he goes for second. Conklin back up the middle. The flip to second. They got him.
Wow. I don't know that I agree with that. And they're going to give a warning to Kix.
Well, nonetheless, Dion Tubbs scores on the play.
They called out Conklin interference to Kix because he didn't slide into second. Dion Tubbs is still going to score, I believe.
But that's a double play. I don't understand that. So they call interference on Kix Farrell for not sliding in at second, but he was running on the pitch, so he didn't really have a whole lot of time to slide at that point. And it looks like Nick Halo might be shaken up at second base, if that's indeed who it is.
Yeah, but Kurt Cabana is one that is going to fight for his guys if there's a case, and he's not out there arguing that call.
It was indeed Nick Halo, so he appears to be all right. So it ends up being an odd double play.
And an RBI ground out double play.
Very rarely do you get an RBI on a double play, but Conklin gets it.
It's his second RBI of the day already.
And that is in. First pitch strike to Setzer, 0-1. So very quickly, 2 out and bases empty from runners at the corners and nobody out. That escalated quickly, and Setzer takes strike 2 on the outside corner.
And Setzer's an incredibly disciplined guy. He's batting .500 on the year through just 5 games. He's 5 for 10, but he's walked 7 times in those 5 games.
Sees the ball really, really well. The 0-2 from his opposite number, Roy, outside 1-2.
So if you're doing the math in your head at home, that means that in his 5 games that he started, not counting the walk that he drew just now, last time up, he's gotten on base 13 times in 6 games.
1-2, didn't miss by much, and nope, yep, they got him. Looked like a strike from up here. Indeed it was. A late call from our home plate umpire, but I think the right call nonetheless, and that ends the inning. Carolina does scratch across another. They get that run back, and they lead 2-1 as we head to the 4th on the 4th of July. back here in downtown Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Colin Kennedy back to the mound for his 4th inning of work. As we pass the 3 o'clock hour here on the 4th of July, 2021. That is popped up to the right side on the first pitch to Tiller, and Hayden Setzer will take control of it for out number 1.
Nice of Kohler to let Hayden have that one. Get yourself a nice little put out.
Pad the stats a little bit.
So now 3 1/3, still no earned runs for Colin Kennedy. So far his best start of the year.
And now in will step Drake Carrick, who's 0 for 1 in the ball game. Grounded out to Kix Farrell at short his first time up. And takes low, ball 2 now.
A couple of good spots from Kennedy, though.
I love where he's spotting that little changeup right there.
And Kennedy's a guy that has a lot of fun out there. I'd be surprised if he doesn't stick around for the rest of the season.
2-0. Foul back, 2-1.
And we've seen a number of times so far this year where a guy will come in to throw some innings for Carolina and doesn't stick around, namely John Owen and Jalen Scott. Both of those guys were phenomenal on the bump for the Disco Turkeys, but just didn't fit long term, and Kennedy is a guy that I think might fit that bill.
A good breaking ball on the inner half, but broke a little bit too far inside, and it's 3-1 now. That is over the inside corner and at the knees, and it's a full count now.
And that
to Carrick.
That is the best play defensively that Logan Conklin has made this season. That's a great frame.
3-2 popped up. Might be playable for Conklin. He'll give it a look. Dive! Did he get it? Oh my gracious! Logan Conklin with the catch of the year!
Well,
crashing into the backstop.
There goes the defensive player of the year for Conklin. That's certainly it right there.
Checking the right arm for damage. Logan Conklin, with no regard for his personal safety, crashing into the backstop to record the second out of the 4th inning.
Man, what a play.
Oh, goodness. You want to talk about fireworks on the 4th of July? There's some Web Gym fireworks for you. Hang a star on that one. And the first pitch now to Luke Pritchett is in for strike 1. And he'll foul that one back very quickly, 0-2. In the dirt. Good waste pitch, though. 1-2. Kennedy back to the rubber now. And quickly into the windup, the 1-2. Breaking ball popped up. Sky high on the infield. Kix Farrell says, me, and makes the play for out number 3. Good stuff defensively from Carolina, specifically the man in the purple shin guards, Logan Conklin, as he makes a spectacular play to get the second out. And Kennedy's through 4 with just the 1 run given up. Carolina coming to bat in the bottom half of the 4th after this. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Henry Kohler leads off the bottom half of the fourth for Carolina and takes ball one on pitch 65 from Colby Roy.
Carolina had a chance to do a lot of damage this last half inning, cut short by that double play, but still bringing in a run to retake the lead.
That misses low, 2-0 now. Kohler grounded into that 4-3 double play his first time up, but hit the ball hard. And takes a breaking ball on the outer half for strike one.
Man, that's one that you got to be sitting on. 2-0 count, you should be expecting off speed in the zone.
And a guy that loves to go the other way like that, that's a pitch that he can certainly slash.
And with a bat like Kohler, that one might be gone.
2-0, up and away, 3-0 now.
Kohler on the year, this is his 16th start. He was batting .222 coming into this one. He's looking for his 13th hit on the year.
3-1, popped up, left side. Vargas will call off and make the catch for the first out. And that will bring in D. Hawthorne now with one down.
And Kohler got under that one a good amount.
And he was visibly frustrated.
Threw the bat down on his way to first. Good to see him finish that 90, though.
Very fundamentally sound and classy at that. Here's Hawthorne, who's hitting a .143 on the year coming into this one and fouls the first pitch off for strike one.
And Hawthorne's had limited at-bats. This is his 6th start in the batting order. He's also made 3 appearances on the mound, and none of them went longer than a third of an inning.
He came in and was asked to get one out in all those appearances.
And he was able to do it.
And did just that.
He was able to do it in 2 of the 3. He had a perfect 0 ERA through the first 2/3 of an inning, and the third time he was called upon just wasn't able to do it. Somehow, he has a record of 1-1 through 3 appearances, none of which were longer than a third of an inning.
0-1. D hits it well out to center field. It's carrying well back to the warning track. Well, that had a lot more juice on it than it looked like off the bat, but Willie Stevens back a couple of steps on the track to make the play for the second out, and D. Hawthorne walking back to the dugout just missed that one.
That's been the story of the last couple of games for Carolina. Just missed it. Christian Ezel, Dane Stewart, Henry Kohler, Jeff Davis.
You name it.
The only one who's actually gotten a complete hold of one is Austin St. Laurent, and he went yard against these Locos last time we were at Finch Field on Tuesday.
On Tuesday morning into the afternoon.
It was a very fun day of baseball.
That it was.
Didn't end out too well for the Turks, but it was nice to be there. Weekday morning, a lot of kids out there in Thomasville, North Carolina, and it was
their summer camp day, and there's no other reason I'd want to get up at 8 o'clock in the morning than to go call a baseball game. 0-1 is the count. And up and into Macedon, count even 1-1. Really good crowd here at Truist Stadium on a holiday Sunday. Biggest crowd of the year yesterday.
Upwards of 1,000 for the first time since probably opening day. And pretty good crowd here, too, like you said. Anytime that you can see the cars in the parking lot all the way over to the flagpoles out there in left field, it's a nice crowd.
Macedon hammers it out to deep left field, and that is gone. Halfway up the grass hill, Nick Macedon goes yard, and Carolina leads 3-1. He got every bit of that one.
We just talked about it. How many guys have just missed a long ball in the last couple of days, and Macedon must have heard us from up here. Got every single piece of that baseball, and good for that guy. Get himself in the home run counter, his first of the year.
He'd been close a few times to getting that first one, and that one he knew right off the bat. And he will get the home run jacket from Boogie.
Good stuff from the designated hitter right there. That's why he got him in the lineup.
Happy for him, too. He'd been waiting on that first bomb, and he got every bit of it. That's no cheapie down on the short porch. as I said, about halfway up that grass hill, closer to the concourse than it was to the base of the wall. I mean, he launched that baby. Here's the pitch to Dane Stewart. This is low, ball one.
And Macadon now 2 for 2 on the day. The home run and a single, an RBI, and a run scored. Pretty good day at the office for the designated hitter, number 18.
Talk about keeping the batting average up. 2-0 now to Dane Stewart.
And Macadon coming into this one had a pretty decent batting average. He was batting .200. He's got his 8th and 9th hits of the year today.
That is in for strike one. Whether it was a called strike or Dane Stewart went all the way around, unclear. But either way, the count is 2-1. Up and in to Dane Stewart, and that breaking ball nearly clipped him. 3-1. Here comes the 3-1. That is in there, strike two. Well, that's 1-3-1 you can't lay off, Graham.
Nope, but good off speed. Buckle the knees of Dane a little bit. That's the second time we've seen it today. Big full count with 2 outs right here.
Here it comes. Up and in and over the top of Dane Stewart for ball 4. So a 2-out base runner on the walk brings Jeffrey Davis to the plate now.
And Dane now improving that strikeout to walk ratio at the plate. That's the 11th time he's drawn a base on balls this season compared to the 24 strikeouts. But that strikeout number, the rate at which it's increasing has gone down more and more over the last couple of days. He's putting balls in play a lot more now than he was before. Good stuff to see from number 14.
And Davis missed a home run by a matter of just a few feet his last time up. And took a big hack at the first pitch and got a piece of it, but nothing more. 0-1.
And we were talking about this the other day. Carolina is a team that has historically this season liked to make their lineup very top-heavy, and it works when you can get those big innings with the top of your order, but having Davis in the 9 spot helps out a lot.
On the ground to third, and Masquita will throw on to first to retire the side, but Nick Macadon's bomb doubles the lead for Carolina. It's 3-1 after 4 in Winston-Salem. Back here in downtown Winston-Salem, top half of the fifth set to go. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Disco Turkeys and High Point-Thomasville Locos.
See Nick McAdon right there at third base after he hit that big shot. Got to be feeling good right now.
Halo pops one up into shallow center. Kicks Farrell has the best view of this one, and he'll make the catch in basket style for out number one.
And the Turks are rolling on both sides of the ball right now. That win yesterday was a huge momentum boost, especially in the way that it came with everything that happened yesterday. Big spot for Carolina to come out with that W, 12-10, the final. And you can see that momentum is carrying into today.
First pitch from Kennedy to Amezquita catches the outside corner for strike one. Kennedy working quickly, the 0-1. In the dirt, it skips on Conklin. And the count even 1-1. Here on Independence Day in Winston-Salem, 1-1. Fastball painted outer half, 1-2.
That velocity is just something that the Locos have not adjusted to at all. They're not used to seeing it, and Kennedy's pumping it in there right now.
1-2. Slash to the right side, but foul into the netting, still 1-2.
That was pitch number 55 for Kennedy. Haven't seen anybody in the bullpen. No reason to see anybody in the bullpen.
Nope. Beautiful Independence Day afternoon here in downtown Winston-Salem. 1-2 in the dirt, count even.
And Kennedy, like Jesse yesterday, is getting those outs very, very efficiently. We're into the fifth now, and still the lineup card has not flipped over for the second time.
2-2 in the dirt again, and it's to a full count. Good job by Amezquita to work it.
That's a good pitch from Kennedy. Just couldn't get the fish to bite.
Best at bat we've seen from anybody in a High Point-Thomasville uniform yet, and Amezquita takes ball 4, and it's a one-out walk.
And it's the first walk issued by Kennedy. He plunked Amezquita last time up, and he came around to score the lone run after advancing to third on that bad pickoff. So it'll be interesting to see how Kennedy goes about Amezquita on the base paths this time around.
Second time he's reached. First was via hit by pitch. So still no official at bat for him. Pitch to Martin is right over the inside corner, strike one.
And I like that. I like just going to the batter. Amezquita, he's fast, but he's not a speed demon. So, you know, he might be able to do something. But you got Conklin behind the plate and kicks it short. You got to trust your defense.
0-1. Outside, ball one. And Farrell and Kohler are playing heavy up the middle. Plus Setzer's holding on at first, so big holes on both sides of the infield. But positioned correctly for the situation. 1-2 as that's in there.
And Martin still hasn't offered at a pitch. He's behind 1-2.
At some point, you got to take the bat off your shoulders. 1-2 and a check back on Amezquita prior to. Amezquita goes, pitch misses low, throw down. Kicks Farrell, might have been able to slap the tag on Amezquita, but the throw skipped just over his glove, and the count even now, 2-2, and Amezquita in at second base. So a runner in scoring position now with just the one out. This would be a big second out if Kennedy can get it, and Martin, aware of that situation, steps out. The bare-handed hitting catcher steps back into the left-handed batter's box. Kennedy from the stretch. He checks on the runner, hits the sign, 2-2, fastball into dirt, full count.
Second straight full count issued by Kennedy. And up until that point, he'd only issued one. So not quite as efficient as he was in the beginning of this outing.
63 pitches now for number 21 in Sunday Blue. 3-2 and a step off and a check on Amasquita. Martin on the ground at first, picked on the backhand by Beber. He'll step on the bag for the out. And Amasquita advances to third now with 2 down.
Yeah, but doing his job right there, Martin. You got to get a ball in play, and most importantly, you got to get it to the right side.
It's a productive out. The definition of one at that.
And a good job by Setzer to keep that one in the infield. It was hit pretty hard off the bat. Routine play, still made it, though.
Made it look a little bit easier than it is, as hard as that was hit, as you said. In steps Willie Stevens, the center fielder, up and into him. Ball 1. Stevens 0 for 1 in the ball game. Struck out looking back in the third inning. And looks at that one up and in. Ball 2. Struck out swinging last time up, excuse me. Either way, it's a K. 2-0 from Kennedy. That didn't miss by much. Good spot, but it's 3-0.
Yeah, that was outside, trying to get Stevens to go for it, but nothing doing. And for Kennedy, you got to get it over the strike zone right here.
3-0. That's right down the gullet, strike 1.
And keep doing that. Stevens didn't do anything threatening the last time he came up. Struck out on 3 pitches. Just keep blowing that fastball by him. If you put it in the zone, you got to trust that your defense can make a play behind you with 2 outs.
3-1. Foul back, and the count is full. Good job by Kennedy to get back in it.
And we talked about it. That's something that this team does phenomenally. You get behind in the count, these pitchers do not quit. They get back in it and force a full count more than half the time.
Kennedy from the windup, the 3-2. Pitch swung on and missed. Fired up is Mr. Kennedy, and he should be. We're halfway through this one in Winston-Salem. Carolina leads it 3-1. Back here for the bottom half of the 5th inning in Winston-Salem. Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck as Dion Tubbs will step in. Top of the order due up for Carolina once again this inning. Tubbs has flown out and walked today and hits the first pitch on the ground to second. A hard 90 from him, but the play made by Halo for a quick out number 1.
Everything about this guy is quick right now. That's not the kind of quick you want to see, but Dion putting solid contact on the ball yet again. No surprise.
Next up, shortstop, number 27, Kix Farrell.
Kix Farrell will step in now. 85 pitches now for Roy. And that came inside on Farrell for ball one.
Farrell on the day, still looking for his first official at bat, but he's already scored 2 runs, or 1 run, I should say, excuse me, but he does have a stolen base.
Been walked and hit by a pitch, and he's ahead in the count after 2 pitches inside, 2-0.
He was called out on that interference play in the last inning, 2 innings ago.
2-0, big breaking ball in there, strike one.
That was a weird play because Kix was off and running for the hit and run, didn't really have a whole lot of time to slide.
No, that's the thing. He literally did not have time to slide.
But technically speaking, that's the right call.
It's the right call with the way the rule is written, as it misses down 3-1. But
it's just a weird play.
For safety, if Kix tried to slide right there, he's almost asking to roll an ankle.
But for Carolina, you'll take the run that came in on that play.
Exactly. That misses inside ball 4, and Kix Farrell aboard for the 3rd time.
So now 9 for his last 12 trips to the plate have resulted in Kix Farrell reaching base. You can't ask for anything more.
And Kix had a little something to say right there to Roy on the mound. Don't think he liked too much Roy coming inside on every one of those pitches. Now the umpires are going to have a bit of a chat here.
They're calling for Kirk.
They're bringing the coaches together. I don't know what this is about.
Might have been something that was said by either Farrell or Roy.
Maybe just trying to keep things calm and
there you see that hand motion.
And prevent a situation of what happened yesterday.
And it was the infield umpire who called that meeting.
So our home plate umpire just had some words with Roy.
No words for Farrell from the infield umpire, mind you.
Catcher number 6, Pregame.
This will be pitch 90.
Action in the High Point-Thomasville bullpen. And Conklin hits one hard but foul. 0-1. Jackson Shore is the Loco warming up down the left field line in the bullpen. But matters to attend to on the base paths with 1 on and 1 out. An 0-1 count to Conklin. There goes Farrell. Conklin hits one in the air to center, but got under it, and the hit and run will go null as it's caught in center field by Stevens for out number 2.
And that's where the hit and run can hurt you because that was a sure stolen base for Farrell. He had second dead to right, but now he's got to turn back around, and instead of that flyout maybe coming a pitch later or so, and you got a runner on second with 2 outs, now Farrell's still standing on first.
Your batter's first baseman, number
And Hayden Setzer will step in now. He'll try and find a gap here. Big swing, and he fouls it back over top of the Flow Club for strike 1. Still no action in Carolina's bullpen, and why would there be? Oh, 1. Setzer hits one well out to left field, but got under it just a bit. Catch made for out number 3. Well, Carolina goes through scoreless. We head to the 6th on Independence Day in Winston-Salem. Disco Turkeys still lead at 3-1. Hey, Ostentation Nation. Visit the Foul Territory team store today in order to grab all your favorite Carolina Disco Turkey merchandise to show your team spirit. You can visit the team store here at Truist Stadium behind Section 105 during our next home game or at discoturkeys.com. Brett Wiseman back alongside Graham Tuck as Colin Kennedy gets ahead, strike one to Shamar Dalton to begin the sixth inning.
And the third time up for the leadoff man for the Locos, and he's the only Loco with a hit so far.
And that one is well hit out to deep right field. D. Hawthorne back to the track and makes the catch. Boy, Dalton thought he got it off the bat.
Yeah,
and frankly, I did too.
He had a little bit of a bat flip on his way down the first base line, but so through 5 1/3, Colin Kennedy still with only one hit allowed. Second straight day that the Carolina Disco Turkey starter has gone through the lineup twice and has only allowed one hit.
Chased Jesse yesterday, and the second straight day that's gone through without an earned run against. The one run Kennedy surrendered was unearned, and Vargas swings on the first pitch and pops that one up. Catch made over at third by Macadon in foul territory for the second out.
Well, Jesse had only allowed the one run that was unearned until that big shot from Devin Bartley.
Correct. Jesse tremendous yesterday, and Kennedy equally as much so this afternoon on the 4th of July. Quickly 2 down here in the 6th inning. And a first pitch foul tip into the mitt of Conklin from Nick Tiller for strike one. That one misses low, ball one. Tiller 0 for 2 on the day. Has popped out and struck out looking. Takes inside, ball two, excuse me.
One of 7 Locos who has yet to reach base today, as AC Plum is up and throwing in the Carolina bullpen now.
Pitch number 75 for Kennedy is inside, ball 3.
And walks were what came back to bite Carolina yesterday. That game should not have been as close as it was if it weren't for the bullpen surrendering walks. So AC Plum's going to be in a big spot when he comes in.
3-1 in the dirt, ball 4, so it's a 2-out walk to Tiller. And that will bring Drake Carrick to the plate.
And Carrick also 0 for 2. Last time he came up, he hit that foul pop-up that Logan Conklin caught as he crashed into the backstop.
And that's why there's a star next to it in my scorebook. Had to cut that when we get home and get it to Sports Center. Here's the pitch to Carrick. It's a big hack, but it's fouled off to the left side, and nothing more than strike one. There's a reason this guy's hitting cleanup. He's got the stirrups on this Sunday. 0-1. Another swing and a foul line drive off to the left side.
I'd like to see some high heat from Kennedy right here.
Looks like he's a bit late on the fastball. Oh, 2, runner goes. Swung on and missed. Nasty breaky ball from Colin Kennedy to retire the side. Good stuff from number 21. The Disco Turkeys still lead 3-1. They'll try and pad the lead after this. back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, and we got a new pitcher to tell you about. For the Locos, it's Jackson Shore, the St. Andrews product. Right-hander. Henry Kohler will lead things off against him. And Kohler takes first pitch, strike one. Good job by Shore to get ahead right there. 0-1 to Kohler, big swing and a miss, and quickly down on the count, 0-2 with Hawthorne on deck. Oh, 2. Kohler takes high and away, ball one. Kohler's 0 for 2 today, but good time to change that. As the Disco Turkeys look for some insurance. 1-2. Well hit down the right field line. That is going to get down and get into the corner. Kohler's on his way to second. He's in there with a slide, and it's a leadoff double.
Well, what do you know?
Not going to say I called it, but
Kohler was looking for a big hit here. He was 0 for 2, and that is just what the doctor ordered.
a runner at second, nobody out, and the big bat of D. Hawthorne coming up, who just missed a home run his last time up to the deepest part of the ballpark, too, so shows you how much pop he's got. First pitch to him from Shore is popped up into left field, and the play to be made there for the first out of the inning by Drake Carrick, and Kohler almost tagged right there and forced in a throw.
That would not have been a smart idea, but smart idea to fake the tag.
And force the throw at least. That was the idea.
Away.
You make the defense make a play. Hawthorne again didn't miss that by much.
He's on it.
Seeing the ball as well as we've seen him see it. And here's Nick McAdon, who had that long home run to left field his last time up and takes inner half, strike one. Looking to get another hold of one here and at least drive that run in from second. 0-1. Breaking ball, misses inside, 1-1. That is an important insurance run standing at second base. Kohler dancing at second. McAdon takes outside, 2-1. With Dane Stewart on deck. Ahead in the count. Sorry, Graham.
He's 2 for 2 today. He's got that RBI, the run scored, a chance for another one here.
And the count 2-1 takes down and in, 3-1 now.
Well, when he hit the home run, it was on a 2-1 count. 3-1. Let's see what he does with it this time.
Got to be sitting fastball here.
And Shore probably knows that.
Here it comes. He came after him with a fastball, but it missed down to the way, ball 4. And now 2 on with 1 out as McAdon is aboard for the third time today.
On base percentage stays perfect. It's a big spot for Dane Stewart, the DH. He's worked a full count both times he's come up to the plate. First one, he popped out to second base, and last time he drew a walk with 2 outs. Didn't end up making anything of it, though.
Shore already 10 pitches in the inning, and just the 1 out recorded. Dane Stewart looking to drive one here, takes down the middle, strike 1. as we near 4 o'clock here on the 4th of July, 2021 in Winston-Salem.
This has been a really good game. One of the best that we've seen, most competitive games that we've seen.
0-1 is a big rip by Stewart, and he didn't get it. It's 0-2.
Well, it was a 3-1 swing. I'll give you that.
Yeah. That might have been why I said what I said. Going for the downs right there. 0-2. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's a big second out.
And as Shore gets that second out, we have the final line for Colby Roy. It's 5 innings, 22 batters faced, 4 hits, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts, 1 hit batter, 93 pitches, and 3 earned runs.
The bomb from Macedon, the biggest of those 3 earned. And Jeff Davis steps in now. He just missed a home run on his first time up, and that one gets through the legs. And Kohler blew through the stop sign. It gets through the legs of Martin all the way to the backstop. Martin kind of jogged after it, and Kohler smartly went about halfway and then stopped.
This is a big spot for Jeff Davis. He's 0 for 2 today, but no time like the present to change that. He flew out to deep left field his first time and hot ground ball to third last time up.
Yeah, he has squared the ball up both times.
He does that a lot. He hits hard balls.
1-0 in there, strike 1.
He's one of the leaders on this team in hard hit balls. Him, Logan Conklin, and Caleb Smith are all up there in the terms that they hit the ball very, very solidly every time.
The 1-1 to Davis. Big breaking ball way out in front of it, 1-2.
And Davis even sat back on that one a little bit, just not enough. Very good off speed. Got to work back into this count. Base hit here would be huge.
1-2. Foul back. He'll stay alive. Big spot right here. 2 important insurance runs, both in scoring position. The 1-2 laid off, 2-2. Davis will adjust the batting gloves. Two with 2 down. On the outside corner, strike 3 called, and Davis knew it. Carolina strands 2, but they still lead by 2 as we head to the 7th. Back here in Winston-Salem, Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Colin Kennedy back out for his 7th inning of work, and why wouldn't he be? Pitch number 80 is upcoming to Luke Pritchett, who is 0 for 2 on the day, like a lot of his teammates. Up and in, ball 1.
Should call them the High Point-Thomasville Offers.
1-0, and you just jinxed it. That's into the gap in left center. Pritchett will make the turn and head for second. Tubbs unable to cut it off in time, and it's a leadoff double for Luke Pritchett.
That's the first really hard hit ball that's landed in the outfield that has been allowed by Kennedy. Only the second hit overall.
And A.C. Plum now back up and loosening in the Carolina bullpen.
Next up, second baseman number 4,
On a hot 4th of July afternoon, but a beautiful one at that. And in steps Nick Halo. Takes ball 1.
Haven't had to see Kennedy going from the stretch too awful much.
But the Locos looking to cut the lead in half. They can scratch that run across. 1-0 is the count. That's right on the outside corner. Good pitch, 1-1.
One for the Locos, they've only had now 5 base runners at any point today. They've stranded 3 of them, which is a tribute to the work that Kennedy's done on the mound.
1-1 in the dirt, 2-1.
And of the 6 innings that Kennedy has ended, half of them have come on a strikeout. Third out recorded via the K for half of Kennedy's innings. That's pretty good.
Here's the 2-1. On the ground to short. Farrell took a nasty hop at it. The throw is high and out of play. Well, the hop was tough. Farrell fielded it well, but the throw high and out of play. So Pritchett scores. Halo awarded second on the E6. And the Locos do indeed cut the lead in half. It's 3-2 now.
Still no earned runs for Kennedy. Both runs that have scored have been unearned. 2 errors on the day for Carolina, and both of them have been costly.
Amazquita steps in now and pops that one foul back, 0-1. Kennedy, as you said, Graham, still no earned runs. Misses down, ball 1, and Plum now aggressively so, loosening in the Carolina bullpen. As 8 pitches already in the inning, pitch number 88 of the ball game is coming from Kennedy right here. Amazquita pops it foul back into the seats, 1-2. Amazquita, still no official at-bat for him yet today. Was hit by a pitch and walked in both his plate appearances to this point. Behind in the count, 1-2. Pop foul again, he'll stay alive.
And this is the way you go at somebody that's gotten the best of you on the base paths. Amazquita has been a absolute pest. It's hit by a pitch, walked on a full count, stole second. Kennedy has been incensed with himself that he's let Amazquita get the best of him, but not going at him in terms of running in, just trying to beat him at the plate.
Another 1-2. Low, ball 2. Good pitch, though. Good spot. Kennedy shakes off a couple of times. Now he's got the sign he wants. Up over 90 pitches with this offering, the 2-2. In the dirt, 3-2. A good block by Conklin, though, to keep that at bay. And now the throw back to Kennedy is wild, but alertly Kohler notices that and hops on it to keep Halo at second. Full count now. And Masquita fouls it off again. Good at bat here from number 7.
Every time that Mesquita has come to the plate, he's had 2 strikes against him. This is now the second full count. He's good at finding ways to get on base with 2 strikes against him. It's 4 o'clock now here.
On the 4th of July. 3-2 on the ground right side. That will get past Kohler and into right, a base hit and tie the ball game.
And that should do it for Kennedy's afternoon. Still no earned runs, though.
Good start from him nonetheless. Nothing to be ashamed of from number 21 in the Sunday blue. And we'll see what the decision ends up being. Kirk might just be killing a little bit of time here. Nope, he's going to leave him in. AC Plum is no longer throwing but standing and waiting in the bullpen. Now he's heading back to the mound and will continue to loosen. So the RBI single for Mesquita ties the ball game. Runner at first, still nobody out for Ethan Martin. On the outside corner from Kennedy on pitch number 94 for strike 1. From the stretch again. Kennedy's 0-1. Up and away, ball 1. So he's getting every last bit he can of that fastball as Plum has now exited the bullpen and gone back to the dugout.
And Plum got roughed up by the Bigfoots on Friday, and he'll look to bounce back. Should he come into the game here?
Pickoff play. They've got Mesquita in a pickle. And Mesquita still hasn't been tagged. Oh, my goodness. Finally, Kennedy will tag him and makes a play for out number 1.
And you don't even know how sweet that's got to feel for Colin Kennedy. To work around a guy who has been getting the best of you all afternoon long. Just got an RBI single to tie the game. You're late into your outing. And to pick him off like that.
A guy he'd been pretty close to picking off prior to that.
And it's a big first out, too.
Keep this thing tied. For the moment, at least. And now you can go after the bottom of the order here without much fear. 1-1. Low, 2-1.
Very good pitch, though. Good spot.
Willie Stevens, the center fielder, is on deck. Martin 0 for 2 in the ball game. As is Stevens. 2-1. Outside, 3-1. Kirk Cabana is on the top step of the dugout. AC Plum is standing next to him. Here comes the 3-1. Foul back, 3-2.
Man, this kid Kennedy just does not quit.
He doesn't.
And we were talking about how, with the way that Kennedy's been pitching, I don't see how you can let him go less than 100 pitches here, and he's coming up on that number right now.
This will be number 99 of the holiday afternoon. 3-2. High ball 4.
That one hurts.
No movement from Cabana yet. And Colin Kennedy will take a walk off the mound, make sure his infielders are at the right depth for a double play.
Well, Stevens, who's coming up to the plate, is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And then you got the double play ball up your sleeve, so I can understand leaving Kennedy in for the time being.
You don't want to get to the top of the order, though, and Shamar Dalton. That's in strike 1. Dalton has hit the ball hard all 3 times he's been up and almost went deep his last time. Flew out to the warning track in right field. 0-1 is the count. That's popped up. Right side. Setzer settles under it, makes the play for a big out number 2.
And applause from Kurt Cabana in the dugout.
Still remains at the top step, but no movement after that.
And they'll let him try to go after Dalton.
A make or break time here for Colin Kennedy, who has over 100 pitches now. Up and away and to the backstop. And that's ball 1. And Martin will advance to second.
So this is interesting now because a runner in scoring position, a base hit from Dalton, Martin's going to get waved around to score. Whether the play at the plate goes in favor of Carolina or Thomasville is another thing. This is a much more interesting scenario than a runner on first.
1-0. Big rip by Dalton, but he didn't get it. Strike 1. Kennedy gets the sign he wants. Now the 1-1. High, ball 2. Well, you can tell when a guy's getting a little bit fatigued, the breaking ball starts to flatten out, and that's definitely what has happened a couple of times in this inning and happened right there on that offering. From the stretch again, a check on the runner at second, not once but twice. And the 2-1.
Wow.
Oh, that's a great spot, but he didn't get the call. It's 3-1 now. And a look into the home plate umpire in frustration. Really good pitch right there. Dalton hits it well down the left field line, but also well foul out of play into the seats.
This is the biggest pitch of the day for either side. 3-2, 2 outs, tie game. You're getting towards the end of your starter stretch. Doesn't get any better than this.
3-2. On the ground to first. Beber can't pick it. It hops over his glove. It takes a wild carom off the wall by the bullpen. Dalton's going to head for third. A run will score. Dalton's in with a triple, and the Locos have taken a 4-3 lead.
Yeah, Hayden Setzer just couldn't pick that one up. That's a hot ground ball. I thought it was going to go foul. But unlucky bounce, and that's the first earned run allowed by Colin Kennedy.
And that will do it for him. AC Plum will walk out of the dugout. A well-deserved round of applause for Colin Kennedy. 6 2/3, 107 pitches, and a whale of an effort. We'll get that final line for you in just a moment as AC Plum gets loosened up. I want to remind you at the Foul Territory Team store, as mentioned back in the 6th inning, there are game jerseys, both the blues you see today, which are normally worn on the road except for home Sunday games, and the home whites, both available for pre-order at the Foul Territory Team store on DiscoTurkeys.com, as well as a limited number of remaining Pride Night t-shirts, 4th of July t-shirts with the Uncle Sam peacock, as well as koozies decals, 4 packs for $10. There's a lot of good stuff on there. Game player hats also available for pre-order along with the jerseys. Get those while they're hot because those pre-order spots are going to fill up. And they're already filling up pretty quickly. But the scene has changed here in downtown Winston-Salem just after 4 o'clock on the 4th of July. AC Plum enters the ball game after 3 runs in the top half of the 7th inning. They have completely changed the complexion of this ball game. And the Locos have taken a 4-3 lead. Final line on Kennedy. Faced 28 batters through the 6 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs. Only one of them was earned. 3 errors behind him, 3 walks and 4 strikeouts on 107 pitches and a hit batsman. Whale of an effort from him, Graham.
Yeah, and it'll bring in AC Plum, who, as I mentioned, got roughed around on Friday night against the Bigfoots. 1 inning, 9 batters faced, 5 hits, 5 runs, all of them earned, 1 walk, and 32 pitches, no strikeouts and no errors behind him.
Looking to improve upon that. He was voted most improved player, the Rice University product and native of Los Angeles, California, in our midseason awards, which came to you before the game on Friday.
And if you missed those, you can check it out on YouTube. They are uploaded individually, so you won't have to scrub through the pregame show. It's about a 10-minute show. A lot of good stuff from all of our great guys that
All
are
of our
on this
great
team.
game day crew. In steps Vargas now, a 2 down. And a runner at third. That's to the backstop. And right off the hop, the lead grows to 2 on the wild pitch. Plum's first pitch of his warm-up also went to the backstop. That might have been an omen. Nonetheless, it's 4 runs in this inning now. And that will officially now close the book on Kennedy as that is popped foul into the netting, 1-1.
It's now 2 earned runs for Kennedy through 6 2/3, 5 overall.
Dalton at third was still Kennedy's responsibility. 1-1 looked great from up here, but Plum didn't get the call. Maybe a result of the wild first pitch. It's 2-1. Still, though, that looked right on the black from up
very,
here.
Very, very good.
2-1. 3-1 now.
Plum's numbers on the year: 0-2 record, 8 2/3 innings, 14 hits, 15 walks, 7 strikeouts, and 17 earned runs. And this is now his 7th appearance, and he's made 2 starts.
3-1. Ripped into the gap in left center, and that's going to get down and get all the way to the wall. Vargas around second. He's going to head for third. The throw will be cut off by Farrell. It's a 2-out triple. Back-to-back triples from Dalton and Vargas. And the wheels are come off the wagon in the top half of the 7th inning for Carolina. Nick Tiller, the DH, steps in now.
And this now falls upon the offense. You got to be able to bounce back when something like this happens.
First pitch from Plum in there, strike 1. Be big if he could strand him at third. Hits are even now at 5 aside. But the 2 errors by Carolina have proven costly. 3 errors, excuse me. Plum's 0-1 inside, 1-1. Four runs here in this top half of the 7th have completely changed the complexion of this one. 1-1 from Plum, low, ball 2. A little too much bite on that curveball.
And Drake Carrick is on deck. He and Tiller are both 0 in the ball game so far. With 2 outs, AC Plum's got to go after him.
Tiller on the ground to third. Nice pick by McAdon. Throw to first. Got him. Oh, my goodness. Big-time defensive play by Nick McAdon to retire the side. Stretch time in Winston-Salem on the 4th of July. Carolina will look to try and get at least one of those 4 runs back after this. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck as Dion Tubbs steps in to lead things off against Jackson Shore, who's back out for his 2nd inning of work for High Point-Thomasville, this time with, instead of a 2-run deficit, a 2-run lead. As the Locos pushed across 4 in the top half of this 7th inning to take a 5-3 lead. Dion swings at the first pitch and misses strike 1.
No surprise there that he's swinging first pitch.
And this is the guy to get a rally going. Takes ball 1.
And this is a big moment for Carolina in terms of the outlook on their season. You got 3 innings left. Every single player in the lineup is going to get one more time up to the plate. Who's going to step up?
Dion on the ground to second. Halo fields it cleanly, and there is out number 1. Not the way Tubbs and Carolina wanted to start 7th inning.
Next up, the shortstop, number 27.
Now in steps Kix Farrell, who has been on base in all 3 plate appearances today. No official at-bat for him yet. Was hit by a pitch and scored back in the 1st, and since has walked twice. And takes a breaking ball in there, strike 1. Conklin on deck, sets her in the hole if one of them can reach. 0-1. Farrell pops it up. Left side should be playable, and it is. Catch is made by Pritchett for out number 2. And now Logan Conklin steps in and is tasked with trying to get a 2-out rally going.
Something that this team does pretty well. They've scored a lot of their runs with 2 outs. Macadon's solo shot came with 2 outs.
All 10 runs in that inning of the year in Martinsville earlier in June came with 2 outs. Conklin takes ball 1 outside there. And that's well hit into the gap in right center field. That might leave the yard off the top of the wall. And Conklin's in with a 2-out double. And boy, oh boy, he missed a home run by a matter of inches.
And you're not kidding, it was literally inches.
Inches away from a home run.
As PA announcer Ken Winfrey just told you. Thought it might carry out toward the gap. Instead, it went more towards straightaway right and right over the top of that Wake Forest sign in right field. And, I mean, a hair from a homer.
Setzer, who's at the plate with 2 outs, made loud contact his last time up.
It's best power we've seen from Conklin the other way.
Right, he's normally a dead back up the middle or pull hitter.
It's a big spot now. Setzer with a runner in scoring position and 2 down. Takes strike 1 right on the outside corner. Shaking his head at that one.
He walked in the first inning, struck out looking in the third, and flew out to deep left his last time up in the 5th.
The 1-1 the count. Kohler is on deck. Big rip at that one, but he didn't get it. It's 0-2.
And Kohler had that big double his last time up.
Be big if they can get it to him. 0-2. Foul back, and Setzer will hang around to see another. Still 0-2 the count to Setzer. Breaking ball misses high and away, 1-2. Big 1-2 pitch coming here. Swing and a miss, strike 3, got him. Setzer goes down swinging to the 2-out double by Conklin, goes for naught. Carolina strands 1. We're through 7. High Point-Thomasville leads by 2. Back here in downtown Winston-Salem, Brett Wiseman alongside Graham Tuck. Set to start the top half of the 8th inning for High Point-Thomasville. And it's 5, 6, and 7 due up, and it's Luke Pritchett that'll get it started and take high ball 1 from AC Plum. Excuse me, it is Drake Carrick that is leading things off for 5 and 6. Pitch to Carrick, misses 2-0. It's a pinch hitter for Carrick, actually. It's Nick Bowles, the Guilford College infielder. Count is 3-0 now to Bowles. Misses low, ball 4, a 4-pitch leadoff walk to the pinch hitter Bowles. And a runner at first with nobody out to start the 8th inning as High Point-Thomasville looks to build off the 4 innings. Scout Nichols and Chase Locklear are stretching in the Carolina bullpen as AC Plum tries to work out of this. That is smashed through the hole left side. Base hit. So Pritchett, a single after the walk. And traffic here and trouble for Plum and Carolina. It's 1st and 2nd now, with still no outs. Nicalo, the second baseman, in now with a chance to bust this thing open for the Locos. First pitch from AC Plum. Misses in the dirt, ball 1. And now the throw back goes into center field. And now it's 2nd and 3rd with nobody out.
And Kohler, who's a traditional outfielder playing second base today, is probably not expecting that back pick from Conklin. He had to hustle just to get to the bag in time.
It's Scout Nichols who's throwing
To Nolan Fernandez.
1-0 to Plum is almost to the backstop, but Conklin did one heck of a job to snare that thing. And it is 2-0 now. Here comes the 2-0 from Plum. That is in, strike 1. Good comeback fastball right there. Second and 3rd, nobody out. And a chance to really bust this thing wide open. Time called now at the plate. Plum from the stretch now. The 2-1. In there, strike 2. Well, he ramped up the velo on that one.
It's a very good pitch. And a good spot inside.
Be a big first out if he can come back and get it here with Amas Kita on deck. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Plum got him to whiff on the breaking ball. So 1 down here.
And you get him to back off that inside fastball, which is what that off-speed looks like, by running it in on him for the 2nd strike, and then that off-speed just breaking back in towards the middle of the plate. Perfect pitch sequence from Plum.
Big time breaking ball to Amazquita, buckles him and is in for strike one.
And AC's a guy where he lives off of momentum. Absolutely needs it. Like, it is crucial, and he's got it now.
0-1 in the dirt, 1-1.
And both Locklear and Nichols are throwing now.
One and one is the count. Fouled off, and that was self-defense on the fastball up and in to Amazquita. 1-2. Had to check the bat to see if it's splintered. Yep, he's going to get a new stick here. One and two is the count as we pass 4:30 here in Winston-Salem. Second and third still for the Locos. Pitch number 23 of the outing for Plum. Here it comes. Oh my goodness, that's to the backstop by a plenty. The throw to the plate won't even be close, and it's 6-3 now.
And Plum's grabbing his shoulder.
That doesn't look good at all.
Well, I think what he's doing is Plum, you can see it on his arm. He is glistening with sweat out there. I think the ball slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. I mean, that's nothing in his delivery at all. I mean, it just looked like it slipped out of his hand.
And I mean, you can see it on his forearm.
Yeah, I mean, it is visible. I mean, even on the left arm. 2-2. High, ball three. He's got to worry about getting the out here, though. A 3-run deficit still is not insurmountable.
There's that sweat on that forearm that I was talking about.
3-2 coming. Into left. Davis on the run, not going to get there. It'll drop in, a base hit, and Amazquita drives in the 7th run of the afternoon for the Locos.
And this is just about how the last game against this team went on Tuesday. It was a 3-3 ball game. And then it just broke open in about the 6th or 7th inning, and here in the 8th, it's no different.
Disco Turkeys are trying to build a huge win yesterday and get a winning streak going, but things are beginning to look bleak here this afternoon as that misses up and away, ball one. Now you just need a ground ball.
Double play would end it.
1-0 to Martin. In there, strike one. So 4 in the top half of the 7th, 2 more in the top half of the 8th have pushed the Locos across and ahead by 4. From down 2 to begin that 7th. Big breaking ball in there, strike 2.
That's a great pitch.
Fantastic pitch right there. One, two from Plum. He's got the sign. Here it comes. Inside, 2-2. Good spot with the fastball, though, with Stevens on deck. Here comes the 2-2. That skips in. And it almost hit Martin. Fortunately for Carolina, it didn't. And AC will stay alive and try and get another here.
Scout Nichols has sat down in the pen, and Chase Locklear has just finished up throwing.
Three-two from Plum. Misses ball 4. Amasquita was running on the pitch, but it won't matter. And now here comes Kurt Cabana.
So we'll see who gets the call. It's going to be Scout as he'll come up to the top of the steps.
And Scout Nichols, who has been brought in some tough tasks thus far, as AC Plum will get a round of applause. Scout Nichols will come in and be asked to work out of yet another jam. Something he's done time and time again this year, as he was deservedly voted the reliever of the year in our midseason awards. So it'll be first and second when Scout finishes his warm-up. Willie Stevens will be the man to face him with one out. Graham, the Locos again in the late innings have made do with their opportunities, and then some. Final line for AC Plum through just 2 1/3 innings pitched, and an inning and 2/3.
2/3 of an inning.
2/3 of an inning. 7 batters faced, 3 hits. Don't have the run total yet, as he's still responsible for the 2 runners out there. 1 error behind him, 2 walks and a strikeout on 31 pitches. And Scout Nichols, first baseman Hayden Setzer's teammate at Caldwell Community College. Will face the center fielder for High Point-Thomasville, Willie Stevens. First pitch from Nichols to side armor. Misses, ball 1 upstairs. Encouragement from the crowd. He's got the sign he wants. A check on Amasquita at second. Pitch outside. Not a terrible idea with 2 really good runners on. 2-0. See if Scout can roll the ground ball here. Amasquita's on his way to third. The hit and run's going to work to perfection as Stevens deposits it into right center field. Amasquita will score. To third is Martin, and it's 8-3 now.
And the same thing that happened yesterday, same thing that happened Friday, happens again today.
Happened Tuesday against these same Locos as well.
Starter puts together a quality performance, then you hand it over to the bullpen, and the wheels fall off.
And Nichols will now pick it off on Stevens with runners at the corners now, and Shamar Dalton up, who has made solid contact on all his at-bats thus far. The triple his last time up. Nichols gets back in with strike one there. Vargas on deck. Dalton and Vargas hit back-to-back triples last inning, and Dalton skies this down the left side. Macadon over to give it a look, but it's into the netting for strike two. Oh, 0-2 the count on Shamar Dalton. One down and one on. 7 runs in the past 2 innings for High Point-Thomasville as that one misses 1-2. Where it misses, just off the corner, the outside, but it did miss by much. 1-2 and now a pickoff, so we'll have to wait on it. Stevens at first, Martin at third, 1 out here in the 8th. Nichols 1-2 is slashed down the left field line, and that's going to get down and get into the corner. Dalton's going to go to second now. Davis with a bobble, able to get it back in though, and the line keeps moving. It is now 9-3. Second straight inning with an extra base hit for Shamar Dalton. And the second straight RBI extra base hit.
At bat, the shortstop, number 1, Jose Vargas.
And Jose Vargas steps in now. Vargas in the air to center. Left center. Davis will come on and make the play. Tagging at third and scoring is Stevens to make it a 10-3 ball game.
So that'll be the first run credited to Nichols in this one.
The previous 2 charged to AC Plum.
So 4 charged to Plum in the inning.
4 in the top half of the 7th. 5 in this half inning. 9 unanswered. Strike 1 from Nichols to Nick Tiller, the 9th batter of the inning. And Nick Bowles, who got it started as the pinch hitter, is on deck. 0-1 from Nichols, up and in, ball 1.
Good pitch though. Didn't miss by a whole lot.
1-1 is the count. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. Good slider. 1-2. This game has been flipped on its head. 1-2 from Nichols. Outside, 2-2. An unhappy 4th of July right now for Carolina. What was a good start to the day has completely flipped. 2-2 inside, and that got him.
It got Conklin too.
Well, actually, it might not have hit Tiller. And Tiller's not going to first, so that did not hit him. That only caught Conklin.
So that means it's a foul ball, and the count's still 2-2.
It must have hit off the knob or some part of the bat. More action in the Carolina bullpen.
It's Chase Locklear again.
2-2. Swing and a miss. Got him. Scout Nichols gets the strikeout to retire the side, but not before 5 come across. 9 unanswered in the last 2 half innings for High Point-Thomasville, who have blown this thing wide open. It's 10-3 as we head to the bottom half of the 8th inning in Winston-Salem. Henry Kohler will step in to lead off the bottom half of the 8th inning for the Disco Turkeys, who will try and put a dent into this now large High Point-Thomasville lead. What was a 2-run lead for Carolina to begin the 7th is now a 7-run lead for the Locos. Here comes the 1-0. Kohler pops it up. Shallow right, shading the sun over there, and making the play is Dalton for out number 1.
And Kohler's taken 3 on that if Dalton's not able to come down with it. So a very, very good play to shield the sun, because it is bright over there in right field.
We talk about it a lot here at Truist Stadium.
Number 20, D. Hawthorne.
And now in steps D. Hawthorne. Action in the Loco bullpen again. With a number for you as soon as we can, and that one hits D. Hawthorne. So a 1-out base runner for Carolina.
And D's on base for the first time today.
That'll bring in Macadon now.
And it's sponsored by Aldi's, reliever of champions.
Nick Macadon, who's got a perfect on-base percentage today, coming back in. 2 for 2.
See if he can get a hold of another one here.
Walk, single, home run.
Number 18.
He just
In
needs
no
a double
particular
and a
order.
triple.
Well,
Got 2 innings to do it.
if Carolina's to make this game a little bit closer, he's going to come up to bat at least one more time after this.
That is right over the outside corner, strike 1 to Macadon.
That's not a home run pitch by any stretch of the imagination.
Now's the time to rally. That is in, strike 2, and a look over to second as Hawthorne had a really good secondary lead. Quickly 0-2 on Macadon. Shore taking his time.
And there was a ball that got loose from the Loco bullpen.
That'll do it. Now he's set from the stretch. The 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 called, outside corner, 2 down.
Same spot, 3 pitches in a row. You got to swing at least one of them.
So it's a backwards K to Macadon for the second out. And now Dane Stewart will try
Next up, the DH.
and get this thing rolling.
Dane Stewart.
The designated hitter, who's 0 for 2 with a walk today, takes ball 1. Jeff Davis is on deck. Up and in, ball 2. Well, Graham, you said it, when the bullpen struggles like it has been, the emphasis falls upon the offense to get those runs back and pick up the bullpen. And you're exactly right.
And the bullpen couldn't do it today.
Remains to be seen whether the offense can try and come back here. Stewart, did he go? No, 3-0.
It's a good call. Good call by our infield umpire.
Stewart has walked once today. Be a good time for walk number 2 right here. 3-0. In the dirt, ball 4.
I don't know why he's throwing.
I don't know why he starts ball 4. It doesn't matter, exactly.
So Jeff Davis coming back in. He's been the third out 3 times. Every time he's come to the plate has been out number 3.
Almost had a 2-run homer in the second inning.
This is a big spot for him to try to correct what happened the first 3 times he came to the plate. Struck out looking last time up.
A good time to find a gap right here. See if the Guilford Tech product can do it. Hanging breaking ball, and he couldn't sit back quite long enough. Fouls it back, 0-1. His eyes lit up like down on that one.
10-3 was the final the last time these two teams played. Carolina trying to make sure that it's a little bit closer.
Need that big hit. They got it time and time again yesterday. And they had chances in the late innings against this ball club Tuesday afternoon. And misses inside, 1-1. Head coach Nick Anderson for the Locos is on the top step of his dugout with Matthew Brumley, another Guilford Tech product, loosening in their bullpen. 1-1. Outside, 2-1.
Man, if they can get the bases loaded for Dion, that would be big.
Yep. That would be huge.
Dion's put the ball in play every time he's come up to the plate. He's just 1 for 4. But a chance to change that potentially.
2-1. Davis, big swing and a miss, didn't get it. Martin wanted the back pick to first, but Pritchett was not covering. So he'll hold on to it, and the count even now, 2-2. Two on, 2 out. The pitch from Shore, fouled off. And Davis fouled that one off his shin, and that does not feel good.
It really doesn't. The only position players left for Carolina today are Bryson Beber and DJ Musser. If somebody were to exit due to injury or for other reason, but both of them play first base, and we aren't really sure where Hayden Setzer fits in elsewhere if he were to have to move.
Henry Kohler could move to an outfield spot if need be.
But who fills second?
Davis pops it up, right side. Play made by Halo, and that is out number 3. So Carolina strands 2 more, and they trail by 7 as we go to the 9th. Back here in downtown Winston-Salem, Chase Locklear has taken the mound. The Salem, Alabama native and product of Enterprise State Community College, who on the year, through 10 in the third innings pitched, has surrendered 12 hits and struck out 4 in 4 appearances to this point. This will be number 5. He has made 1 start on the year. That was earlier on the homestand.
He's got an 0-1 record to him.
First pitch from Locklear is popped up by Bowles, foul out of play, 0-1.
So that means the day is done for Scout Nichols. So both him and Plum going just 2/3 of an inning. And for Nichols, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 strikeout.
0-1, outside, 1-1. One from Locklear. Didn't miss by much. Good pitch, 2-1. As we approach 5 o'clock here on the 4th of July. 2-1. Popped up, out of play again. Count even now, 2-2. And a tremendous catch by a fan. That's why you come to the ballpark. You love to see it. 2-2. Outside, count full now, 3-2. It was out of our view, the catch by the fan, but out of view of the camera, that is, but you can say with certainty it was one to remember, and that misses outside ball 4. It's a leadoff walk to Bowles. The same way the 8th inning started was a walk to number 10.
Came around to score.
And here's Pritchett, who singled back in that 8th inning and also came around to score. Pops that one sky high. Conklin over. Conklin is called off by Locklear to make the play for out number 1. Well, you don't see the pitcher take the pop-up that often, and Conklin and Locklear have a bit of fun with the conversation there.
Well, Conklin's 5'11", Locklear 6'1". Just might have a bit more of a reach. Ball got to his glove first as it came down.
It's his ball, and he took it. So a pop-out will bring Halo to the plate. Misses ball 1, and Conklin faked a back pick towards Bowles at first. That is outside, apparently, 2-0. Looked good from up here. That is definitely a ball, and it's 3-0 now. Green light in a 7-0 game. 7-run game, I should say.
We're not playing the Bigfoots here. Be realistic.
Here comes the 3-0. That's in the dirt, ball 4. And it's the second walk issued to the inning by Locklear. Too many free bases today on the mound, plus the 3 errors in the field. Amazquita steps in, and that misses ball 1. 6 walks on the day for Carolina. Amazquita hits it into center field. Tubbs broke back, now has to break back in, and will make the play for the second out and throw on to third. Not in time, but well, on that play, you might want to throw it into second base. That's a bit of a dangerous play because you can allow the runner behind the play. And now 2 down. Runners at the quarters. And ball 1. Ethan Martin steps in. No one, and there comes Willie Stevens now into the on-deck circle. That one, he hits Martin. And now the bases are loaded for the aforementioned Stevens. And now on comes Kurt Cabana.
So this is the story of the bullpen so far today. Since the 7th inning, Ethan Martin has come to the plate in each of the 3 innings, the 7th, the 8th, and the 9th. He's reached base all 3 times, and he does not have a hit yet. Anytime you get on base 3 times without getting a hit, in 3 innings no less, something's wrong.
So now the base is loaded with 2 down. And here comes Stevens. It's up and in, ball 1. To at least have a chance in the bottom half of the 9th. Got to get it out here. Swing and a miss by Stevens, 1-1.
That's a great pitch by Locklear. It probably should have been a take from Stevens, but offered at an unhittable pitch. He's 1 for 4 today with an RBI single.
1-1. That's in there, strike 2.
Man, if Locklear could leave the bases loaded here, that'd be the momentum boost, the biggest momentum boost that you can get going into the bottom of the 9th down by 7.
1-2. Looked like strike 3, but instead it's ball 2. Two from Locklear. That is strike 3 called, and that will retire the side. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Carolina's got 3 outs to get 7 runs, and that clock starts after this. Back here at Truist Stadium in downtown Winston-Salem, bottom half of the ninth here on the 4th of July. And Dion Tubbs will step in to lead off the bottom half of the ninth and take strike one from the new arm on the mound for High Point-Thomasville. It's the Guilford Tech product, Matthew Brumley, the big right-hander. 0-1. High and away, ball one. Tubbs looking to start a rally here. Need a big one at that. 1-1. Pop foul, 1-2. And that will be in play for a fan, that is. Tubbs grounds that one foul once again, still 1-2. You close the book now on Shore through 3 innings of relief, facing 14 batters on 47 pitches, 2 hits, no runs, 2 walks and 4 strikeouts, and Tubbs lines that into center field for a base hit.
That is cookie cutter of what happened the last time he got a base hit in this ball game. It was in the 3rd inning, 2-2 count, right back up the middle. It landed in literally the exact same spot.
Carbon copy of what happened in the first.
Next up, the shortstop, number 27, Kix Farrell.
And in steps Kix Farrell now, with Dion Tubbs on. And you know the threat that poses. Farrell takes right down the middle, strike one. And that's one that Kix, I'm sure, wants back. Oh, 1 in the dirt. Dion will stay put wisely. It's 1-1. One to Farrell. Tubbs goes. Pitch is lined to second. It's bobbled by Halo, and he's not going to have a play. So Farrell will reach on the error by Halo. Tubbs to second on the hit and run. And it's 2 on, nobody out for Logan Conklin, who missed a home run by a matter of inches.
Literal inches.
Literal inches his last time up.
Next up, the catcher, number 6, Logan Conklin.
Got stranded on second that time around. Trying to make something different happen here.
First pitch to him. Breaking ball perfectly placed in there, strike one.
Man, how do you swing at that? How do you swing at that pitch? First pitch off speed that gets right down at the knees.
You tip your cap.
That's an automatic strike one.
You wait for the next one after that one. That's unhittable. 0-1. Tried to get it again, but it slipped a little bit out of his hand. It's 1-1.
This is Brumley's first appearance against the Disco Turkeys this year.
Conklin, big rip. And he foul tips it back, 1-2.
Conklin's single in the first inning came with 2 strikes. So he's already had to show off the 2-strike hitting once today. Let's see if he's got it again here.
Be a good time to do it. 2 on, nobody out in a 7-run ball game. Conklin on the ground to short. This could be 2. Flip to second for 1. On to first, double play, 2 down. And that hurts.
Stings very badly.
At that first baseman, number 8, Hayden Setzer.
Setzer rips one down the right field line. Fair ball. That'll get down into the corner. Setzer's on his horse. He'll be into second with an RBI double to make it 10-4.
Good job by Setzer to get a hit in this ball game. Coming in the 9th inning, make this game a little bit more respectable at the very least. It's not over yet, but down to their final out. Carolina still down 6. That is almost exactly like the triple that he hit yesterday.
Pretty much exact same spot, just didn't get as far down into the corner. First pitch to Kohler, in there, strike one. Kohler fouls one off to the left side. 0-2, and now Carolina down to their final strike. Oh and 2. The count to Henry Kohler. Just missed 1-2.
Wow, that's a really good pitch. And a really good take from Kohler as well.
One, two. Hide away, 2-2. D. Hawthorne on deck if Kohler can reach. 2-2. Through the left side, right side, excuse me, that's a base hit. Setzer's going to get the wave. No, he's not. Wisely, Kirk Cabana holds him at third with 2 down.
Now Kohler keeps it going. We talked about it earlier. This team does very well with 2 outs. So that's 2 straight hits, 3 in the inning now for Carolina. And that matches their hit total dating all the way back to the 3rd inning. They had 3 hits between innings 3 and 8, and they've got 3 here in the 9th.
And now D. Hawthorne will try and keep this 2-out rally going. First pitch to D is laid off, ball 1.
And I apologize, that was actually incorrect. It's 3 hits between innings 4 and 8.
9 on the day for Carolina, even with the total for High Point-Thomasville, but the free bases have a lot to do with the way the scoreline holds right now. 1-0 to D. Big swing and a miss, 1-1.
D's 0 for 3 today. Strikeout, 2 big flyouts, and a hit by pitch.
Macadon on deck.
Nobody else you'd want in this situation with the bases potentially getting loaded.
Big swing and a miss by Hawthorne, 1-2. And the Disco Turkeys again down to their final strike. One, 2 to Hawthorne. Fouled off. And he'll see another one. First and third, 2 down. 1-2 count. Hawthorne on the ground to third. This should do it. Amasquita's throw in time, and that's the ball game. High Point-Thomasville on the heels of a 4-run 7th and a 5-run 8th. They were down 3-1 heading to that 7th inning, and they push across 9 in those 2 half innings to take this one 10-4 on the 4th of July here in Winston-Salem.
Yeah, it's brutal when your starter does as good a job as Colin Kennedy did. And then you turn it over to the bullpen and just can't come through for him.
A disappointing one for the Disco Turkeys today. That'll do it for us here on the 4th of July on the holiday weekend homestand. For everybody on our game day staff that makes this run and who voted on the midseason awards, which you saw on Thursday, Ben Ramus, Christian Avi, Jake Feathers Coyle, Callahan Eshelman, Graham Tuck, I'm Brett Wiseman saying so long